Yo, what's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to talk about a specific topic. I'm going to go loosely into League of Legends. This is going to be the first and last video that I probably make on League of Legends. Mainly because I've decided to indefinitely quit the game after season 9. So I'm probably like I'm gonna stop playing. But I wanted to make this video. I wanted to go out making this video because I want to help out some people, and I've done some coaching on the side before. So first, before anything, I just want to let you know I've been playing since season 2, 2012. I think I started playing when Draven came out, something like that. I peaked this season 9. I peaked D4, 65 LP. I'll have the stats up somewhere. I'll post it. I've been playing for a long time. I've been playing on and off. I've been playing constantly. So I'm not gonna make this too long. I want to make this a brief. There's other videos you can look online. I know there's a lot of stuff you can find, but these are just my tips that I found for climbing to, as you can see by title, diamond effectively. So I'm not saying I'm the best player. I think if you're diamond, you're like, I think once you hit diamond, you can call yourself a decent player. You're not really necessarily good. Trust me, the people I play with are fucking shitters. If I can get diamond, anyone can get diamond, okay? So these are tips that I found helped me and helped other people I've coached. I've coached people out of low elo. I've coached people to platinum and diamond as well. So I'm going to break it up to 3 categories. They're all very important. The last category especially is very, very important, more important than the other 2 categories. So let's get right into it. Number 1 category, the first one I should say, is your fundamentals. So when I say fundamentals, that can mean a lot of things, right? What do I mean by fundamentals? If you want to get to diamond, okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. You can get to diamond just by having strong fundamentals. People don't understand this. You can get to diamond. Well, actually, the last thing is the most important thing. But anyways, my fundamentals, I mean things like CSing. Knowing how to farm effectively is very useful. Why, you ask? Well, if you can farm effectively, you get more gold. If you get more gold than the other guy, you have more item advantages. You have more item advantages, you have more kill potential. You're able to kill the guy easier. I can't tell you how many times you watch any low elo game, watch a silver game, some like even gold games, watch those games or even lower than that, right? You will see players I recently watched the game. I was helping my friend out. It was a silver 1 game, I think. At 20 minutes, nobody had over 70 CS. Ask yourself, like, if you're the guy that can get like I know this is a bit harder, but if you can get 100 CS at 11 minutes or 12 minutes, you're focusing on farming, you will enter that mid-game fight. Say you're playing Kennen, right? You enter that mid-game fight at Dragon with a Zonya's Hourglass, or if you're Rumble, you already have Leandries. You shred everybody, right? Like knowing how to CS is important. Knowing how to CS under tower is very important because if you're pushed in, you want to be able to collect as much gold as possible. You have to be adaptive to every situation, right? Knowing how to control the wave, lane pressure. These are all things that you can look into detail, but I'm just going to go briefly over them. If you know how to control the wave, freeze it, reset it, things like that, you're able to optimize your gold income. Also, another thing about fundamentals is team fighting, knowing how to team fight. So you come into a team fight, you have to know your job in a team fight. You have to know how to focus CC. There's a reason why people think Master Yi is broken in low elo because, well, he is kind of dumb anyways, but champions like that, champions that rely on getting by CC or not being locked down, they annihilate low elo because people don't know how to focus CC. They don't know how to stack CC. They're all over the place. You have to know how to team fight. You have to know who to focus. You have to know how to zone people. If you're playing like Blue Cane, you can zone the backline out of a team fight, stuff like that. Fundamentals also, your vision. Vision is extremely important. Vision is extremely, extremely important. I don't care what role you are playing. You play mid, you play ADC, you play jungle, you should be warding. Every time you recall, if you have 75 gold, buy a pink ward. I cannot stress this enough. Buy a pink ward. Every chance you get, buy a pink ward. Put vision down. Use your trinket whenever you can. You have to put vision in the right places. Put vision in cutoff points, traffic spots, places you know where they're gonna go, river bushes, side bushes, tribe bushes, things like that. Sometimes you want to put them in places they don't expect. Don't waste your control words for nothing. But sometimes it's good to use, like using wards on dragon is very important. Keep dragon warded early game. Now junglers at level 4, some even level 3 can solo dragon. So make sure you have that warded. Vision control is important. Looking at the map is extremely important. I'm not gonna like waste too much time here, but map is very important. Extremely important. I can't stress how much the map is important. You should think about the map like when you're driving. You know when you're doing your, at least here in Canada, when you're doing your G2 test, your driver test, they tell you look at your cameras every 5 seconds. Glance at your cameras all the time. Do that with the map. Glance at the map every couple of seconds. Look at the map. See what's happening. Information is key. And I'm not just saying like glancing at the map is fine. You know where everyone is, right? But when you're going back to lane, when you have free time, when you're not doing anything, especially if you're jungling, you have a lot of downtime. You're going from camp to camp. Click on people's screens and see what's happening. Gain information. See if summoners are being used. See if cooldowns are being used. If you're ganking a Vladimir, you have to know if his pool is up or not. Sometimes you can't just ask them because they're fucking degenerates, right? You have to know what cooldowns are up. You have to know what's happening on the map. You have to see a fight unfolding off your screen. So I recommend playing lock screen and unlock screen. They're both useful. Now, there's a lot of high elo people that play lock screen most of the time. That's fine. I'm not saying you have to play either or, but juggle them and use them both. They're both extremely useful. Itemization. I think we can talk about itemization in the next section. It's not really a too big deal. Macro is a big part of fundamentals, boys. Macro is a huge part that gets completely overlooked in low elo. I want to say something like below platinum. People have no idea what macro is. They don't. People can get to gold on just mechanics. Like I said, if you know how to farm, you can get to gold easily. You can climb out of low elo just if you know how to CS, right? Like, or if you know your champion, doesn't matter. But macro is extremely important. Now, what I mean by macro, micro for a converse look, micro is whatever is on your screen, right? So it's your ability to outplay other champions given your abilities and things of that nature. It's your ability to use your kit effectively. Micro is your ability to use your kit to outplay the other guy. So it's whatever happens on your screen. It's your movement, it's your kiting, it's your orb blocking. Macro, on the other hand, is what's happening off your screen. Macro is things like rotations, knowing where to be at what time, like being at dragon on time, knowing that, hey, if there's people bottom, we can get this tower, or objective control. Hey, if the jungler's bottom, we can just rush Baron. If we have Master Yi and Tryndamere, we can just two-man Baron. Or knowing your win condition too. Knowing your win condition is massive. Knowing what kind of team you have and how you can win with your team. It's not always you that's the win condition. Even if you're fed, you could be extremely fed. But if you're playing a champion with less impact on the game, you might not be able to win the game. Your win condition might be that Twitch that needs his IE to finish, right? So that's it for that section. I'm not gonna waste too much time, like I said. Section number 2 is your champions and your role. So I'm the kind of guy that prefers, I always tell people this when I'm helping them. I'm the type of guy that thinks, I hate seeing those accounts on op.gg when people send me. I hate seeing when people are like, I'm like, what champs do you play? What role do you play? They're like, well, that's the thing. I play pretty much everybody. No, okay? Stop that shit right now. And I know, I'm looking at you. I know what you're doing, okay? You're playing, I look at your op.gg, you're playing Brand, you're playing Ornn, you're playing Draven. What are you doing with your life, bro? Stop playing 5 different roles. Stop being a renaissance man and start mastering a fucking role, okay? I'm the type of guy that tells people you should have one main role that you play 90 to 90% of the time. Like, I'm talking like out of 20 games, you should have one autofill game, okay? One game where you're not on your role. You should be playing one fucking role all the time. I play jungle, my secondary is top, okay? I barely get top. I've been playing jungle for like 7 years, right? So you should have one role that you play. You should have a secondary role. Now, that's pretty much all I have to say about roles. Just know your role very well. Look at guides if you have to. The next thing I'm going to say is your champion pool. Champion pool, I'm also the type of guy that believes if I go into a lobby, I know the meta, right? If you're a diamond player, you know the meta. You know what's good right now. You know what's OP. You know what's stronger than everything else. I'm the type of guy that if my top laner says, like, I'll always say something like, "Hey, look, Mordekaiser's open, Darius is open. Do you play those guys? Vladimir's open." But if my top laner says, "I only play Teemo. I'm only a Teemo one trick. I'm a Teemo player," that's fine. Just play Teemo. Go ahead, play your Teemo. I'm the guy that says comfort over meta. Always comfort over meta, okay? If you're not comfortable playing a certain champion, don't fucking play that champion. You have to be comfortable. You have to be confident with what you're playing. So play whatever you're good on. That's fine, okay? But abusing the meta is a really good way of climbing. If you have practiced those meta champions, if you know you can play them, if you put some time into them, play the meta champion, sure. But in terms of your champion pool, this is what I think. I think you should have 2 to 3 champions that you play well, and out of those 3 champions, you should have one that you play very well. So myself, for example, I've been playing the same 3 champions the whole time I've been playing, and they're my 3 favorite champions. I've been playing, and in order from favorite to least favorite, I've been playing Hecarim, Rammus, and Nocturne. Hecarim is my boy. He's my go-to. I only play Hecarim if like Hecarim I pick if the game is neutral and I need the champ select is neutral and I need a pick that'll secure me a win. If I'm the most confident on that pick, I'll pick Hecarim. Then depending on comp, if they have AD, if we need a frontline, I'll pick Rammus. If we need CC, they have assassins like Akali, I'll pick Rammus, fine. If I'll pick Nocturne if they have all squishies, the Luxes of the world, the GPs of the world, the Vel'Kozes of the world, I'll pick Nocturne, right? It's situational, but you need 3 champions that you're very good on, and I think you should have one guy you're extremely proficient on, okay? For me, that's Hecarim. Then you should have, now you don't need this. I think 3 champions was well enough, okay? Then you should have 2 champions as backups in case. Like my 2 other backups are Kayn and probably like a Mumu or something. Like I never played those guys. I only played those 3 guys, right? So that's it for champions. Actually, it's not it for champions. What am I talking about? So yeah, your pool should consist of that. When it comes to champions, I can't tell you enough. I can't stress this enough, okay? It takes skill to know how to play your champion, okay? Before I get into mechanics for champions, it takes skill to know how to play a champion, right? It doesn't take any mechanical skill to know what to build. I don't understand why low elo players have ego, why they're so cocky, okay? I've watched a lot of low elo players. They don't know what to build on champions. They don't know what runes to run. They don't know what summoner spells to run. Go on pro builds. Stop being a stubborn, egotistical low elo player. Go on pro builds. Go on u.gg. I was watching the other day, I was watching a Nocturne player. I was spectating, right? I was spectating my friend I was coaching, and I saw a player in his game playing Nocturne, okay, in Silver Elo. This guy was using the wrong keystone. He was using the wrong fucking itemization. He wasn't even finishing his jungle item. He wasn't even running skirmisher save. He wasn't even running the proper jungle item. He doesn't, okay, knowing what to build gives you an immediate advantage without even playing the game, going into the game. You haven't even played yet. You're not even on the Rift. You already have an advantage if you have the right build and everything. Just go look it up. It's not hard, okay? And some champions are harder to build than others. Some champions like Hecarim, not hard to build that champion. Rammus, not hard to build, right? Now the mechanics, the micro. You should know your champion inside and out, okay? You should know your champion. I can't tell you, I've watched a lot of players in low elo, even the easiest champions like Garen. People don't know how to play them, okay? People don't understand that if I sit out of the fight as Garen for 5 seconds, I heal to full health. People don't understand these things, right? I promise you this. You can play any champion. And I forgot to mention one tricks. One tricking is fine. If you're a one trick, like legit one tricking is fine as long as your champion is not banned all the time and doesn't have too many counters, okay? So for me, for example, Hecarim, like, he doesn't have too many counters. He gets countered by like Olaf, Nunu. That's about it. Warwick maybe, right? But you're still useful later. But anyways, you have to know how to play your champion inside and out. For example, if I'm playing Nocturne, I have to know, hey, if I'm facing Master Yi, my only chance of beating him is early. If I spell shield his alpha, I can beat him. If I'm playing Hecarim, for example, I have to save my E. Like you can't just use your E. You have to use your E sparingly, right? Like you have to know. Like okay, my champion Hecarim, for example. I have to know when I'm playing Hecarim, I have to know that my ultimate has a lot of uses. I can't. I've seen Hecarims that just don't know how to use their ultis. Okay, your ulti can be used to knock people back into your team. Your ulti can be used to engage. It can be used to flank teams. It can be used to escape out of situations. You know, it can be used to ult into Baron Pit to steal it. You can use it to CC targets with your fear. If somebody, if they have a high priority target like Riven that's strong, CC harass, drop her. You can use it for the straight up the base damage to kill somebody in a 1v1 fight. You could like all these things. Like if you're playing Kennen, you have to understand that if I have my hourglass, I'm able to go into a fight and just 1v5 with my ult. Like if I'm playing Fizz and I have hourglass, I'm able to go in and wreak havoc. Like you have to know how to play your champions. Watch videos on this, or just practice your champion a lot and go for plays that don't be scared to go for a play. Just go for the play. If it goes wrong, that's fine. I'm going to talk about this in the later section, but that's fine. Just go for a play, and with enough practice, you'll pull it off, okay? That's enough about champions. I don't want to spend too much time. Next section, the absolute most important section ever, okay? The absolute most important thing to getting to Diamond. I cannot stress this enough, okay? The most important thing to get to Diamond is your mental. That's your mental, like how you perceive the game, how you see the game, okay? So I'm going to start this by telling you a little my perception on it, okay? So when I started playing, I want to say the first year, I was very toxic, okay? I was mad. I'd be like, my team sucks dick. My team is garbage. Oh, my team, oh, look at that bad play that guy did. I would type all the time, blah, blah, blah. Then I came to the realization, I thought to myself, I'm like, wait, why am I focusing on my teammate when I get different teammates every game? So what I'm trying to say is, the way that I see it is like this. It's like a math equation, right? When you go into a game, there's the one constant is you. You're the only constant. You're the only thing that carries over from game to game, okay? Your play is the only thing that's there like for 10 games, for 20 games, for 50 games. Your play is the only thing that's there. Your teammates, the 4 other people on your team, they're unknown variables. They're unknowns, okay? So they change every game. It changes, okay? So what you should do is focus on your play as opposed to focusing on them. Focus on your play and you will climb. And what I mean by that is, next time someone makes a bad play, next time, like the way I see the game, my teammates are NPCs, okay? I'm playing with bots. I don't expect anything from my team. If they do anything nice, I'm like, wow, cool. I don't expect anything. If we go into play and my teammate completely fucks it up, okay, the next time this happens, do this, okay? If you go into a play, your teammate completely fucks it up. He blows all his combos, everything. Instead of thinking, wow, my teammate fucked that up, ignore your teammate completely and think to yourself, how could I have played that situation better? Have an internal mindset, you know? Think like, how could I have made that play better? Like, what could I have done to come out of that good, or if not better than the situation? Go back and watch replays. It's very important. Go watch over your plays. You'll notice you make a lot of mistakes, okay? Don't tilt. Don't tilt when things go bad. This and I know it's easier said than done. It took me years to learn this, right? But don't tilt when things are going bad. Always have a winning mentality. Like if you're, say a play goes horrible and your team is like FF or whatever. If you're one of those people that gets affected by chat, right? Use the mute button. The mute button is there for a reason. I can't stress this enough. I see people I coach, they type all the time. I'm like, dude, just mute, man. And I'm not saying mute everything because I'm one of those people. I think if you're gonna mute somebody, mute their chat, or if they're annoying, mute their pings, right? But I think when people ping certain things, for me, I don't like to mute chat. I just ignore them because sometimes they give you useful information, like flashes are down, dragons coming up, blah 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 blah. The chat's useful in my opinion. If you're one of those people that chats and gets tilted by other people, use the mute button, please. Just use the fucking mute button. It's not that hard. Mute them. It's better to focus than to not have to worry about chat. Chat is a waste of time. If you're trying to climb and gain elo, forget about fucking chat, bro. Just focus on playing well. And another thing I want to say is it's okay to get carried, okay? Like getting carried, knowing how to get carried is a skill in League. It actually is. Because there's games where you're going to be 15-1. You have to accept the fact that League is a grind, okay? You have to accept that losing is a part of climbing in League of Legends. There are some games that are so unwinnable and you can't knock yourself for it. Like there's games where your champion just doesn't have the tools to do it, or your champion it's just circumstantial, right? Maybe you have a troll or AFK. Don't let trolls or AFKs affect you at all, okay? If you have a troll or AFK on your team, just ignore them, play your game, and accept that, hey, when you learn to expect that you're gonna get a troll or an AFK, it has much less of an impact on you. If you go into a game expecting like everything's gonna go perfect, we're gonna dominate this game, yeah, we're gonna do well, then when you get that troll, you're gonna be tilted because you're like, man, this game is pissing me off, it's cheesing me, Riot's out to get me. Once you accept that, hey, I'm going to get trolled, I'm going to get AFKs, I'm going to get teammates that play badly, you will have a mindset that okay, I lost this game, we'll get the next one, we'll get the next one, we'll get the next one. If you play your best every game, your chances of winning go through the roof. You will climb slowly. If you have a learning mentality every game, I'm not saying you have to go into every game thinking, oh, we're gonna lose, no. But if you go into every game thinking, what can I learn from this game? You know, I played Tryndamere this game. What can I learn? Maybe next time trade a little bit more aggressively early so I don't get shoved in. Maybe next time press my R or like later so I'm able to deal more damage, time it better, you know, or something like that. Have a learning mentality. Don't think you're going to win every game. You're not going to win every game. There's games where I've gone 20-1 as Nocturne and I didn't win that game. And people will be like, oh, well, you didn't play well enough. Sure, maybe I didn't play well enough, but at the same time, I have teammates that don't want to win, right? Like you're just going to get those games where people do not want, you're going to get those guys. Don't let them piss you off, okay? Mute them, ignore them, play your best, and just focus on the task at hand, you know? Like sometimes you're gonna feed, that's fine, everyone feeds, but know your win condition, look around, be like, what's happening in this game? Do we have a chance of winning this game? I've personally won games where the score was 15-1 for the enemy team, and we came back and won. You know why? Because I don't FF. Don't ever FF, okay? Don't ever fucking FF. Unless it's a 4-1 vote. I don't remember the last time I voted or FF'd in ranked. I've came back from so many fucking games. Do not FF. Just keep playing it out. Don't tilt. You're gonna do fine. This video has already gone on way longer than I wanted to, but I really wanted to get all these this helpful advice out here, especially the mental part. The mental part is the most important thing, okay? Don't get mad over things. Like, if there's anything you should get mad about, it's how you play. It's not how anyone else plays. Don't expect anything from your team. Don't be toxic. Don't if you have nothing useful to type, don't type. It's that simple. Some people are better off without chat. I've coached people who say, I don't like chat. I just move chat. That's fine. Move chat. Don't chat. Whatever helps you play better. That's fine. Just don't be toxic. Learn how to get carried. Focus on playing well instead of winning, and you will win more games, okay? You have to understand that climbing, it's like a ladder, right? Sometimes you might fall off a step and you fall down, but you're gonna climb higher after that. Like, you have to understand that it's like a law of averages. I'm gonna close it out with this. Think of it as like the law of averages, okay? If you play enough games, like I know people who have anxiety, ranked anxiety, just play loose. You know, play like it's a normal game. Just play loose. Don't think anything of it. Like I know some people, they'll lose a game and they just stop playing for weeks. They're like, I hate ranked. It's like, dude, if you know you're good enough and you're confident in your ability and you play enough games, you will climb. It's that simple. It's gonna average itself out and you're gonna win more games than lose games. You're gonna climb. Anyways, I don't want to spend too much time talking, but those are my tips of climbing to diamond. If you found this helpful, you know, leave me a nice comment. If you watched this far, give me some feedback. Tell me what you think about my tips. You might be a better player than me. You might be D1, D2, whatever. Let me know if I said anything wrong. Let me know if this has helped you at all. Thank you, everybody. Good luck in your solo queue games, and stay clear. Keep your mind clear. When you're playing, remember, it's just a game. You're not playing for any money, right? It's just unless you are playing for money. In that case, why are you watching me? But just play. It's a game. You know, have fun at the end of the day. Try and get some laughs in, and don't be toxic. Okay? Take care, boys. Good luck climbing.